moving in their hearts. And before we march, hey, the vision behind what we're going to march is we're not just to move, but ultimately, like, if our hearts are moving, we want our bodies to follow. In the days to come, change is going to look like taking action. And when we walk, it's going to be symbolic of us taking action in our homes, our communities, our state, with love, peace, unity, and ultimately fighting for justice. And before that, hey, I wanted to acknowledge our school. Clemson University makes up a large part of Clemson. And yesterday, we took a huge step. It's a step. A lot of people have fought for years. And ultimately, yesterday, our board of trustees, our president, a lot of people have been fighting for this. And so, yeah, round of applause. It's not everything, but it's a step. And I want to get two of my friends a second to come up here and speak. One of the things that I've realized at Clemson, kind of Mike hit on it, but being a black football player, being a black student are totally different at Clemson. And one thing we could do a better job of, we haven't done the best job of, is amplifying other people's voices on campus. And so in this moment, two of my friends, I just wanted to give a second to come say something. They can introduce themselves. Jocelyn.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I am Jocelyn, a rising senior here at Clemson. To many faculty and staff who have supported our movement, we thank you for your dedication. To our athletes who have been advocating, we appreciate you and the platform that you have provided. Today, we march with a purpose. We're marching for a long-going battle. We're marching for change. Change we have wanted to see on this campus for years. The renaming of the Honors College is a great step in the right direction. This was one of the demands that have been in place since even before 2016. 5 students risked their college careers and their future to spark change on this campus. It was a step that took over 4 years to complete, but it can't stop here. There has been a long and rough history of exploiting Black people, so change must not stop here. A.D. Carson, Kayla Williams, Ian Anderson, Rainisha White, and DJ Smith. Thank you for being the catalyst of this change. To all of those who have participated in the site-sitting, your sacrifices were not in vain. If you are Black and at Clemson, I stand before you to assure you that our voices will be heard. Now it is time. Now it is time to consider other demands that were made of this administration over the years. We can't stop here. We must continue taking the right steps toward inclusive excellence. This is a big step towards a unified community. Today is proof that we are powerful when we work together. What would a tiger be without its beautiful black stripes?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alfonso Richard. I'm a recent graduate of Clemson University. For such a time as this, we all have gathered at this place on this day, at this time, with one voice to decree Black Lives Matter. We stand together as a united human race to denounce all social injustice, systemic racism, and racial inequality. This is a fight that cannot be fought alone. We have been summoned to the battlefield standing side by side with our brothers and sisters of different races, ethnicities, and nationalities. And we march forward with the full armor of faith, righteousness, faith, peace, and love. We choose this day how we would like to be remembered on this side of history 20 years from now. I choose to believe we will be remembered for standing up and speaking out, even when it was not popular, but it was the right thing to do. It must be done. Healing must begin. Positive changes must be made. Progress has to take place. We are stronger when we all stand together as one. Over 20 years ago, my parents and my uncle, while attending Clemson University, marched for a change. 4 years ago, the site sit-in was held to pursue racial diversity and to confront the legacy of slaveholders and segregationists. And now today, our Board of Trustees have voted to remove Calhoun's name from the Honors College. And requested Tillman Hall be restored as Old Main in a letter to the General Assembly. All things work together for the good of those who dare to make a stand for justice. Collectively, we all can impact change. For such a time as this, let's continue to fight the good fight of equality. Love what is good and hate what is evil. And in closing, as stated in Galatians 6:9, let us not become weary in doing good. For at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Thank you.
Hey, so we're about to march. I got a couple of my friends. They're probably taller than everybody here. Maybe not, but they're big guys. They're going to come up, and we're going to teach you guys a couple chants. Hey, during this walk, we want to give people the freedom to do whatever you want. Honestly, if you want to talk to somebody you usually want to talk to, if you want to pray, if you want to think to yourself. But we're going to have a little unity as far as like some chants. We're not going to chant the entire time because that'll get pretty tiring. But at the same time, we're going to have some chants because we want our voices to be, we want to raise some voices and ultimately like unify on some thoughts. And so the first chant, I'm going to pretty much tell you the reason why we're going to do it. But the first one is Black Lives Matter. That's why we're gathering here. Ultimately, we're not saying that all lives don't matter, but as we see, until Black lives do, all don't matter. And so as we, oh yeah, go ahead. So my friends KJ and Jackson, when they say Black Lives Matter, it's going to give you the microphone. You're going to say it too. So it should be Black Lives Matter.
Black lives.
Oh.
When I say black lives, you say matter. Black lives. Matter. Black lives. Matter.
All right, that's the first one. The next one is, it's a phrase that was uttered from two people that lost their lives due to police brutality, Eric Gardner and George Floyd. We're going to say, I can't breathe. And just to pay homage to those people, because ultimately, like, we don't want to hear that phrase come out of another person's mouth. And so, Jackson, take the lead, my brother.
When I say I can't, you say breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
All right, the next one is, speaking of George Floyd, we want to pay homage to George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. And so it's going to say his name. You guys will say George Floyd. Then we're going to say her name. You'll say Breonna Taylor. There we go.
Say his name. George Floyd. Say his name. Breonna Taylor.
KJ, you got her, brother.
Say her name. Breonna Taylor. Say her name. Breonna Taylor.
Oh, somebody back there got loud. No, okay. All right. I think that's it. All right. Well, that's so. Hey, so we're gonna get in front of you guys because we did it on purpose. We only know the route, so you guys will follow us.